potential trade. We're here.
Ok, estamos miércoles 21 de mayo a unos 4 minutos de la apertura en Nueva York. Esto es lo que tenemos ahorita. ES y Nasdaq. Hay un high y un low pendiente. Estamos más cerca del low. Se ve bastante bearish este order flow de aquí. Igual aquí se ve un... Yo creo que se ve una continuación hacia acá abajo. ¿Dónde está? Aquí. Me gustaría ver que el mercado suba, se lleve el high para luego continuar hacia abajo. Eso es lo que realmente me gustaría ver. Pero que sea el gráfico el que me va indicando eso. Y nada más. Con bastante paciencia. Esperar.
Because of all-time highs, but I'm allowing price to trade lower, even this for next week. Fractal price action means that everything's going to work. Everything is going to be excellent. I've been trading for 6 years. Going into my 6th year. I'm 50-50 right now, which is why I'm just going to be patient. We're going to let the opening range play out, see what price shows us it wants to do, then make a decision off of that. I don't know. Yeah, the quadrants. The quadrants are from this. They're still important, but I don't focus on them as much. Why a panda? The bear.
Bearish.
For the high time frame, you're expecting consolidation. Is that why? If so, how do you expect?
2 minutos para la apertura. Estamos listos.
We had a really large expansion last week. This here, what I want to see is a buy-side imbalance, sell-side efficiency. So a fair value gap form in here, and then trade down into it. And then so for my high-time frame analysis, I'm expecting this not to be a giant ranging candle. And that's how going into this week, you know when not put leverage on your PAs or on your life account. Size down a little bit, be patient. Because I know if I don't make a lot of money this week, next week I'm going. Right? I don't focus on risk to reward. Risk to reward is a hypothetical. You know, if you're buying at a discount and selling in premium, you're going to. I like to focus on probabilities. So I always like to mark open range gaps. They really help me form the bias.
Y abrió el mercado. Vamos a ver qué empieza a hacer aquí.
I want to see the reaction off of this low.
Si no se lleva este low, ni ES ni Nasdaq, pues no hay entrada. Que no hay manipulación.
It's a little past the middle one. Our unit price shows us interest to really start moving higher. Then I have no problem saying, okay, then you may want. Get rid of this stuff now.
Esto está.
So it's yesterday's settlement price, today's opening price. So I'm watching 50% of that. And based off of how large the opening range gaps are, you'll be able to tell if it's going to be a good trade there or not. So smaller ones, you'll see more chop and consolidation. 120 points or really.
I don't see a continuation though.
Yeah, micro and mini charts are different. That's why you have to always chart on the mini, but execute on the micro.
The fuck?
First presenting fair value. So if we're gonna have a low resistance liquidity run, this candle should slightly wick in and then trade to that. Nothing I'm willing to execute on. So when we start seeing higher prices and everything's starting to align more and more, this S&T becomes more and more meaningless. I'm not going to care about this as much unless NQ wicks up and yes doesn't, then we have to trade these lows. It's the first presented for Valley Gap on the regular transaction. I want you to think, how did you feel when it whipped down into here, came up, and started going even higher? Did you feel like you missed a potential scalp? If you did, how would you feel now? And I traded all the way back down. Just remaining patient, not caring. Yeah, I want to see if price trades to this high.
Come on. Keep going higher.
Yes, it's super clean up here. Yeah, I'll post everything in this. I'm not looking at this here and this here as S&T. Because right now, when I'm expecting a run to buy side, that S&T should be ran through. If it shows me it's not, which is why we're waiting, then we're able to form a bias from it. Yeah. The reason why this low is important, or this high is important, that's the current dealing range that we're in.
Any Forex news? Let's check it out.
How do you know it's going to respect that S&T? It depends on the bias. Apex doesn't allow you to execute live for other people, or they'll deny all my payouts. So that's why the paper's up here. But whatever I take on here is going to be taken on Apex PAs. But I'm thinking of doing like a live account for you guys. Yeah, we'll figure something out. Just look at the history.
Just being patient. There's nothing here. I want something to become soup. I never noticed.
I mainly do 50Ks, but I have 150 and 300 as well. The majority of them.
Hey, we're at discount right now.
We're waiting right now. I don't care if it's counting 30 points in the market.
No. Don't care about
Yeah, price hasn't moved since it rounded higher, which is why we're patient right now. I don't judge. I would never base a position going and saying, I'm going to go in with 5 minis. If I'm going into a position, I'm saying, I'm going to risk, let's say it's 15%. If I'm risking 15% of my account, which is kind of where an experienced trader should be at, 10% may be a little low for them, which is fine. But beginners should be at 10%, I believe. Not really true.
Mm-hmm.
10% of the stop loss. You don't have $50,000. You have whatever your stop loss is. You're not trading. What is the biggest?
It's not even 15 minutes from the market. It's fine.
Justin and Jordan, pretty much trade the exact same. I also basically trade the exact same. My model is just a little different. You crazy. ES fails to take this high. He does.
Come on.
We start seeing closure below. Close below this first fair value gap, trade into here. If we close it below this, then I would want to see speed to that level. But for now, the bias still exists.
Still bullish, bro. Still bullish. I think it's gonna go for this. Yes, keep going. Sigue subiendo. Vamos, sube, llévate este buy side. Y haz un SMT aquí.
And if this sell side pull is lower, because from here to here, it's in the current dealing range, is not offering me enough of that range. Which is the same reason why I'm not long here.
Eso es lo que quiero ver.
I'm not worried about taking little scalps. I'd rather preserve my capital and capture the full daily range, or 75, 100, 120.
Vamos.
Rather than just scalp 25.
Eso es lo que quería ver. Eso es lo que quería ver, hermano. Ahora, el drop liquidity puede estar arriba.
Took me about 3.5 years to be profitable. This is the NQM contract, and this is the continuous contract. Why do I have to do this? Did that make sense on why that high time frame bias is more important than that SMT for NQ so far? Because now I don't want to see NQ just reject from here. If we start trading higher, you can anticipate, yes, to take these highs, and then we can base a trade to the buy side. What I want you to look at right now is from here to here, which is just low-hanging fruit, is 30 points. That's a fine scalp if you want to take that. But you have to allow price to trade back down to here. That's not something I want to take. Because if NQ's bullish, it's going to take the highs and we're in a symmetrical market, then ES should follow. And now we're not looking at that as SMT.
Yeah.
We want to see price drive through that.
Shit. Por no esperar confirmación, ven. Ahora ES puede venir a romper el sentido. Y además, NQ está por llevarme ya. Regalando dinero en el mercado. Regalando el dinero en el mercado. Creo que de ahora en adelante ya no voy a ir en corto.
Yeah, Asia's buy side. I really like to focus on Asia, London, those highs and lows, and then previous day and previous week.
No, no hay nada que me indique que esto va a bajar. Y está fuerte, también está subiendo. El drop liquidity está aquí arriba. Está acá arriba, cabrón. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está el night open? ¿No? ¿Aquí? Sí, acá arriba está. Ah, esto va a subir hasta acá arriba. Muy probable.
It depends on the trade. What I'm using on this thing.
Chao. Chao, chao. ¿Dónde estamos en el de 4 horas? Estamos en el intervalo de 4 horas. A las 9 se cierra.
So in 2.5 minutes, this candlestick will close and will form a 5-minute BISI, which is a fair value. What I want to see, this is my continuation. I want to see a really big inversion fair value gap form inside of this. Inverse it, and then upon the inversion, we'll take that and then start targeting highs. But before that's happened, I want to see some more follow through on price. An inversion that comes down here. We close above it, and then move higher. So 950 will open that new 5-minute candle.
Motherfucker, just keep going, my friend. Just keep going. Pasa nada, güey.
The issue with saying, look, we have S&T right here, is you're missing the true narrative in price action. The entire overnight range was just taking low after low after low with all of this buy side in here. Just now watch. Watch when ES takes these highs. Are we going to have bearish S&T anymore? No. ES is just 6 sister. But now again, you have to include the volume imbalance and fair value gaps. So that's what I'm doing here. But I'm not interested if it doesn't take out this swing low. Because what's this swing low going to look like? It's going to look like, oh, market structure shift and we have a down close city. I'm going to short that. And then people get their faces ripped off. Yeah, I want a turtle soup with that low. I would need to see in a case that we short. I mean, I think I would just miss that move. But if you're asking when we would flip order flow and when I would go bearish, it's if we close below this 5 minute on the 5 minute. I'd say, okay, we're not going to trade back down to here. This is a breakaway gap in here. So if we trade back down into this, that's not a fair sign. Or if price just rips away without me, then that's a study for us to do. Yep, yes, surprise. Scary S&T there, right? The only way to enter in here was this first fair value gap, which I didn't want. No, I don't care. This one here.
No, a mí no me engaña.
Yeah, if it just wants to rally without me, and I miss the move higher, I miss the move higher. It's fine.
Cinco minutos para la vela nueva. Me gustaría que llegue a esta parte del wick de aquí y aquí empiece a fallar. Porque si cae de aquí, no hay mucha tela. No sé.
Yeah, the terminus Rico is 487. No, you should walk away right now and be content. The best advice I can ever give to someone is you're not going to care if it took you an extra month to be profitable, if it prevented you from developing mental scar tissue that is going to take 3 months to recover from. The reason why I want that turtle soup is because of that 5 minute period. So we're just waiting on that. So if it needs to happen at 10 o'clock, which is when this candle closes, you come down and take that blow out. which is a 15-minute entry here. But that's also a 1-minute turtle soup. So now you have high probability turtle soup right there. You see the difference between that and CRT?
Venga, suba a esta área. Oh man, sube.
Turtle soup is just a short-term low being taken out. Like a little liquidity grab for people trailer stop losses. So now what I would absolutely love is if these two highs get left in here. And then I want to see a down close fair value again. Form, I want to reverse it. And then now it's a swing low inside of the fair value.
Oh, so you're looking too long from here. Is that right? Is that what you're
So I want you
saying?
to think about what we're doing right now.
Yes, please.
We're starting a small consolidation. We'll have a small manipulation, and then we'll have distribution. 2 minutes, new 10 o'clock candlestick. Exactly. We're building liquidity. I want to see us leave this in here. We leave that in here, and that's going to be really nice for us. Sometimes I'll enter as soon as we take that low with just the stop loss down here, because I'm fine with taking a small paper cut, because I know if we inverse that, then I'll get that full range there. But for this sake, we're not going to do that. 487 would be the long target. Yeah, because you have on the 5 minute, you have to include the volume balances. Because this is a minor buy side pool. What's up here? Is this buy side or is this buy side? Is this minor or the true buy side? Just minor. Which is also why we're going to wait for confirmation and not just anticipate this turtle soup. Where you took London House.
Y abrió la vela de 9. Nueva vela de 4 horas. Disparado hacia arriba. Interesante. Vamos, quiero que llegue a esta zona de aquí. Esta zona de aquí para ver que aquí se forme el downtrend. Me gustaría que manipule el buy side level. Lo único malo sería que ya llegaría al objetivo del día, digamos. Pero menos 68 puntos.
This 5 minute gap in here is going to be the real bias builder. If we inverse this, then we're taking short to that line. And we're capturing that full 110 points. If I don't get the long I'm looking for and it runs away without me, then I'm missing the move. I'm content with that. Because tomorrow, when we go live again, we're going to capture a move.
Woo! Damn, boy!
This bicep here.
Y mira que casi manipula. ¿Lo topó o no lo topó? Ahora quiero ver la verdad.
Right now, we have relative equal highs. Right here.
¿Manipuló o no manipuló?
With the bearish SMT.
Put the bearish SMT, yeah, my friend. That's exactly what I'm saying, bro.
Absolutely anything from me.
Eso está cabrón. Vamos, sube. Woo!
Your model is a way to navigate order flow, to align yourself with your own liquidity. Now we don't use it.
¿Qué rayos, güey? Por eso hay que esperar confirmaciones.
So right now, I fully doubt that I'm going to get a entry because of that giant candle here. So, no trading down. If our entry doesn't present itself. How do you know that swing low is a clean suit? I usually wait for more clear low in 1 minute to get put. It's just an anticipation thing. We'll talk about, I'm going to go over journaling right after this call for you guys. We're going to go over everything after this, don't worry. Well, I want you to ask yourself right now, do you feel like you missed anything? Would you be comfortable holding a trade throughout here? Yes, we could have had a good scalp from here to here. Yeah, it could have been a nice 80 points. Big deal. Just exactly. Every day is a new way to make money.
Vamos, sube. Ahí esta vaina, weón. Ni IRS,
Phoenix,
ni Nasdaq.
the way you shift your mindset and really go into a paradigm shift is you go from, well, I missed what I could have to I'm happy and proud of myself that I was able to see that, because that way you're able to see your growth. When you first started trading, you would have never been able to do something like that. So by recognizing that growth and progression, it's like rocket fuel for you. Every day is a journal trade, a journaling day. Yeah, I'm gonna start using Trinket. Trade path looks sick. I was on FaceTime with Justin and Jordan, and as soon as Justin showed me that you could change the colors, I was like, I'm so leaving Trezella for that. Custom colors on the background.
Vamos, sube.
I don't know if it's up. That's the only thing.
Come on. Just pop it. Papelina, 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 papelina.
All right. So when we were looking for the long and we're looking at it here and wanted to see an inversion fair value gap play out from here, that was because of the 5 minute. But now we have structure on this 5 minute chart. So because we have structure on that 5 minute chart, my rule is, if you've read that thread on my Twitter, is to move up a time. So we still have that low here. So this low right here is that higher time frame PD array. That higher time frame PD array low is this. It's this low. So if it's going to trade down into it from here to here to here, now that's how you get a high probability turtle soup. Does that make sense? That's how every entry to fair value takes out a swing line. Just on a lower time. Sometimes I'll enter as soon as it's trading below this low on just buying the bid. But even for me, that's the part of my trading that I struggle with. And that's super hard for me to do. And because of that, I'm not going to do it in a actual PA account. I'm gonna have to demo trade it over and over and over again until I get comfortable. So when I'm actually taking the trade, I'm looking for a little inversion for value gap to form, and the price to close above it. And then once price closes above it, that's my confirmation. And once that confirmation hits, my stop loss goes below. And boom. But even when we take read, we're still benefiting from it. Exactly. If we miss this entry here and we just FOMO'd in somewhere up here, it would not be comfortable. In a hypothetical scenario, the keyword is hypothetical scenario. If we take down this low and I wanted too long, and I was going to just enter here inside of the turtle soup, my stop loss would be below this low. Because I want to see any return. This is a breakaway gap. And this is a breakaway gap. We respect a consequential encroachment, which means the rest of this first presented fair value gap is a breakaway gap. I would see any deep retracement into there. That would be okay. That if we trade back into it, we either have horrible price action or it's not for the reason to go high. Yeah, the only way I'm going to take a short today is if we inverse this. If we close below this 5 minute, then I'd be comfortable taking a short. Why? Let's add some confidence. If we're in a market that's moving higher, is this high resistance or is this low resistance? Is this a high resistant liquidity run or low resistant liquidity run? Low resistance means that there's not a lot of back and forth price action. High resistance is when there is back and forth. So that means this would be a high resistance because we didn't just continue rallying, now we're going sideways. Does that make sense? Yeah, it makes. The reason why we're on paper is because of Apex and their rules. But that's why we're executing on paper. And then my Apex is on my I'd have to see a really good setup. Because like I said, any return down into here, I want to see that as turtle soup. We have these relative equal lows. My high time frame is bullish. We have these relative equal highs up here. Everything's aligning for a long. But what would make this trade phenomenal is to buy all of the stops down here. And so when I'm looking at the market, I'm saying, what would I do in order to cause the most damage to people while I can still profit and everyone else can't? Because that's what price is designed to do. So we have 10 o'clock open here. We have no manipulation lower yet. So accumulation, manipulation, distribution, that's the only thing I'm doing. If we don't get it, we don't get it. If we get it and we take a loss, we take a loss, right? It's always nothing that never matters. NQ stronger, so we're taking long on NQ. If ES was stronger, we take it on ES. I mainly trade NQ though. But when ES is stronger, if you go into the old charts, you'll see if one index is stronger than the other, then that long is going to be better. No, I'm entering NQ if NQ suits. Good question. On these two charts, which is higher? Which is closer to terminus? NQ is all the way up here, and ES is down here. So NQ is stronger. NQ is the better one, right? So that's why we're focusing on NQ. When ES is stronger, then we'll go to ES. So what I'm watching right now is this city in here. If we close above, that would tell me that there's a really more likely chance I can go into this trade. That's fine. Because then that would be confirmation of that disrespect. See that. But again, even if we get this entry down here, and what if price starts going like this? Okay. Is that worth it? In all honesty, I really don't care to take a trade today or in any of this. I promise you guys, we're going to hit some insane trades. But if you want to hit insane trades, you need capital and you need an account. If you blow your account before it comes, you're not going to be happy. I promise you. Yo. That's exactly what I was just telling everyone. It's like, dude, we are being off.
Yeah, and to go off of what Chris just said, guys, like we're gonna take some banger trades in this community, but to take those banger trades, you gotta take no trades first of all. It doesn't matter if we take a bunch of random losses and then we have a banger trade, right? Nobody cares. So we gotta focus on capital preservation. I was just telling the mentorship students this morning. When the market is always giving opportunity. The opportunity isn't necessarily to take a trade, it's to practice aspects of your game. So when we think about like golf, like you got your short game, you got your putting, you got your driving, but like to be a good golfer, you gotta have every aspect of the game. So with trading, it's the same thing. Defense, knowing when to protect capital, and not just capital preservation, but mental capital preservation. Like that's one thing that you guys would recommend too. Like you gotta preserve your mental capital because not just
Aquí no hay nada.
but your
No hay nada.
your mental conviction, your actual confidence in your edge. So that by the time that you do get a good setup, you don't have the confidence to take it because you're so used to just taking back versions of it. So like, we must be patient in these types of conditions. When we look at the last month, we've pumped 30% of the market, and now we're seeing low price action because we've had such a big expansion move in the last 30 days. And so once we start to get out of this little range that we have and start to have more price action, like your time frame to give us better understanding, we're going to be able to get better stuff. You just have to be patient. And if you're not patient, you're going to end up burning them.
Yep. Yep, just waiting for this weekly fair value up to form, move higher, move lower first, and move higher. The best way to always eliminate FOMO is just looking at this. If you were to trade right now, how would you feel? I would be, me personally, I'd probably be frustrated. If AM session is bad, I'll usually look for something PM, but it's just been a slow down time. I'm open, we're still up 130 points.
Are you gonna trade PM? I'm always gonna take a glance here and there.
Voy a cerrar aquí la sesión porque no voy a hacer ningún trade más. Se acabó.
Yeah.